everybody said I would, like, the comeback was impossible because it was double shoulder surgery. Then I got my ass kicked once, and people go, fuck, he's done. Then I came back again. I was like, I'm gonna get it this time. And then I got the shit kicked out of me again. And people were like, he's too old, Then I goes like, nope, fuck that, I'm going for a third one. Then I got my shit pushed in again. And then people were like, he's definitely done. He can't even win the Romania Pro Show. Then I go to Cali. Then I get my shit so far pushed in my ass, I didn't know what to do. And I was like, maybe, it's not that I didn't have it here. Maybe just my body was just like, dude, you gotta find something else to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's one more show left to figure out if I deserve to be a pro bodybuilder and be able to, you know, call myself one of the elite.
What's going on, everybody? Your boy here, Guy Cisternino, at the new Destination Dallas. I was not here for the little grand opening they did last week when everybody came, got together. It was kind of like a little open house. I was not here because I was too busy kicking ass and taking names over in Niagara Falls. So finally qualified for the 2020 Mr. Olympia contest. So I wanted to come out and check out the gym since I was not able to be out here last week and to see what all the hype and hoopla is about. And just from walking in here, atmosphere is still exactly the same. Still has that hardcore mentality, no compromise attitude. It's got a huge amount of space to it. A lot of awesome pieces of equipment have been added to it. So it is nice to see all the things that the GASP community, especially Michael Johansson and his crew and the owners of GASP and Better Bodies is doing. They're really putting the brand into everything they're doing. We're here for a couple days to give you guys some hardcore training videos. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna smash them back, maybe a little biceps today at Destination Dallas. So come on along and check out the first workout for me here at the new Destination Dallas. Check it out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, God.
You gave it some good tries, and then you nailed it.
It was a long, very aggravating, frustrating road. You've known me for what's going on 6 years now, and before that. But I'm very like tenacious, and when you look so good leading up to a show, and then you fail the day of the show, and you don't look the right way. What I started to do is every failure that happened, I put more focus into myself and my prep, and took focus away from everything else in my life, because there came a point where I started to question not my integrity as a bodybuilder, but if I was able to withstand going through the tortures and like I used to. For the first time in my life, I was like, maybe I'm just too old. Like maybe it's my time to just like step off stage and just, be a bodybuilder with my sponsors and not compete. And but I would make it so close to looking my best, and then I would miss it. And then, after Chicago, I got sick, so that one I kind of wrote off. And then Tampa, I didn't look my best. And Chris, my nutritionist, was like, no, you look great, you were peeled, you should have won that show. And I'm like, I wasn't. Even if that's your opinion and you think as my coach I should have won, if I know in my heart I wasn't my best, I don't care if I won or not, because I just wasn't my best, And then I went to Romania and took fourth, and then went to California and got my ass kicked. And
why do you think that happened?
Because we were trying to figure out why I was looking so good 48 hours out, and then the morning of the show, my body would just start to fade. So for Chicago, I got sick, and that was my fault. I threw out my back, and then the pain meds that he put me on for my back just made me get sick. So we were like, well, that one was a wash. So we went to Tampa, and I was like, it's my salt, it's got to be my salt, so we can't, because in Tampa, we took my salt out, and I flattened out, and I was like, that's the answer, that's the key, it's the salt. Well, so I went to the next show, which was in Romania, and I thought it was a holding water issue, and it turned out it wasn't a water issue. And then we went to California. We kept everything the same. We didn't really pull much water. We didn't really do anything different with my diet. We kept the sodium in, and I actually ended up looking the worst I ever looked. And I was gonna just call it a day. You know, even Sean Roden was like, maybe you just need like an off season.
And how was your weight like in relationship to,
it was
to
weight,
the cutoff?
It was right. I was about 206, 205. Like I normally weigh in about 207 for show. So I wasn't far off my weight range. But what I looked like at normally at 206, 207, it wasn't showing on stage. So after I got my ass kicked in California, I sat in the audience. I was talking to Jay Cutler, and Jay goes, "You're right." He goes, "You're not off." He's like, "You're just missing the mark the last 24 hours, and you need to figure out what it was." And he was like, "You know, you can win at Niagara Falls." He goes, "I don't care who does it." He's like, "You need to go all in." So I went to Niagara Falls. You know, Monday I got home from California, and Chris cut my carbs down to damn near nothing, and then we did some little changes with food, and then I woke up Wednesday morning, and I was peeled. I remember when I got to Niagara Falls on Wednesday night. I woke up Thursday morning. I remember texting, Flex Lewis called me, and I was like, nobody is, I go, I don't care if you're in this show, nobody's gonna beat me. Like, there's just no, and I think it's a confidence thing. When you know you're on, like any bodybuilder knows, like when you know you're gonna win a show, like you just have that that gut feeling, like nobody's gonna fucking beat me in this show. And I remember being backstage for prejudge, and I looked in the mirror and I flexed, and I got goosebumps. I was like, finally. And then we got called out, and what was funny was there was guys in that show that beat me 6 days ago. So like I was the one that had to climb the ladder to win. And I heard the judge, Steve Weinberger, was judging. He goes, number 2 and number 1 switch. So he put me right, and so as soon as he did that, I was like, night, night, bitches. So because I knew what I looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care what those guys looked like the week before or 2 weeks before or 3. I knew, even though they beat me, I knew they couldn't beat 100% Guy Cisternino, and that's why I just needed to get there. So, you know, it was very emotional for me. You know, being a bodybuilder who shouldn't really be a bodybuilder, meaning I don't have the genetics, I don't have. You know, I'm not the biggest guy on stage. I'm not a Flex Lewis. I'm not a Derek Lunsford. Like, I wasn't big when I was in my 20s. I turned pro 175 pounds. But the thing where I think I differentiate myself as a bodybuilder is that, and I think that's why I fit so well in with the GASP and the no compromise, tagline that we use, is because I didn't get here because of good genetics. I got here because of hard fucking work. And I don't.
But were you not afraid that the hard work was kind of like counterproductive, like you were pushing it too hard, and kind of like instead of being smart about it, was going a little bit stupid about it?
Yes, I think once I got back from my shoulder surgery and I started training again, because I took so long off the gym, it was almost like, like I almost got like overly aroused to grab 150-pound dumbbells again, or to put heavy weight on my back, or to pull, because I hadn't done it in so long. So I felt like a sense of gratification. But now that now that I'm 37, going to be 38 in March, and what you just said, I learned that might have been good after shoulder surgery to get back my foundation. But now moving into the 2020 Mr. Olympia contest, my training, not that I'm not going to train hard, I'm going to train a lot smarter because I don't want to be a guy who pushes himself and ends up with, shoulder replacements, knee replacements. He's in a wheelchair. His back is destroyed. Like, I want to be a bodybuilder that can, walk when he's older. If he has kids, play football with his son and throw a ball and do catch and ride a bike or, go on a dirt bike. Like, I want to be, and I don't want to be the guy that doesn't do that. So unlike other bodybuilders in the past who have just stuck to their roots, I'm going to keep my roots in there and do what I do, but I'm going to do it very, very smarter. I think at my age, I think I proved I'm one of the strongest bodybuilders that there is. I don't think I have to prove that anymore, but I think in order for me to run the marathon, I need to stop sprinting and slow down and do things more productive than counterproductive for my physique and because of the injuries that I have.
All right, guys, so we just wrapped up training here at Destination Dallas, the new Destination Dallas. Absolutely amazing, man. They added a lot of new equipment. Place is absolutely enormous. So today I trained with my boy Chris Rini from back home, and M. Bell, one of my longtime friends from Texas, who lives obviously in Dallas. So we met up and we smashed some back today. Went hard, but not over the top as I normally do. Why? Because I did back-to-back shows with water depletion, diuretics, just being so lean, and it's starting to kind of normalize the body. Tendons aren't as strong as they usually are when you're depleted and you're dehydrated, so you got to be very, very careful when you get back into training. I know a lot of people like to jump right back into things, but I'm going hard, but just being mindful of the fact that it's only my first week back at the gym. So we got a lot of cool content coming from you guys to finish off 2019, and we got even more better shit coming your way for 2020. So this is one of 3 workouts this week, so follow along.